Welcome to this brief video narration of the collected poetry of Robert Desnos. Robert Desnos was an early French surrealist poet who played a crucial role in the validity of the stream of consciousness literary technique. Born on July 4th, 1900, and was tragically killed in a concentration camp in Czechoslovakia on June 8th, 1945. This will be a collection of 17 poems written by him, sourced from his book, which book is it? From his selected poetry volume, The Voice, and from allpoetry.com. I felt motivated to do this because he is one of my favorite poets. I feel some sort of very sublime, something divine when I read his poetry. But then again, there is no extensive narration of his works on YouTube, which I found extremely surprising. So without further ado, here are 17 poems in audio narration by Robert Desnos. May 3rd, 1936. The river a shower torments at dawn reflects the glittering scales of fish, water bubbles, fragments of glass, the bodies of dead dogs. In the course of the waters, in the course of our days, endlessly turning. May 5th, 1936. Undress, bathe in that dark pond. You have nothing to fear. You've done it before. Your waterproof body doesn't absorb like a sponge. The sun will dry the mud. It will fall into dust. Bathe. Go ahead. The earth is vast, and so is your heart, which, all things carefully considered, has not yet known error, and has never known mud. May 6th, 1936. Have I really lived for 36 years? It isn't even yesterday that my memories, my dreams, my loves occurred. It is today. The balcony on Rue Saint Martin, the shop where I looked at the dirty sponges, the temples on the quay, all that is still there. But above everything, I sense many more years and many more things ahead of me. Very, very sad, given the further context of what happened to him. June 10th, 1936. At the bend in the road, he reached out his hand to the beautiful morning. The sky was so clear that the clouds looked like foam on the sea, and blossoms on the apple trees turned white in meadows, where wash was hung out to dry. The spring which sang of the life which passed along the meadows and the hedgerows. And the distant forest where the grass was turning green was full of bell-like sounds. Life was so beautiful. It entered his eyes, his heart and his ears so completely, that he broke out laughing. He laughed at the world and at the sighing wind in the flowering trees. He laughed at the way the earth smelled. He laughed at the wash of the washerwoman. He laughed at the clouds passing overhead. As he was laughing on a hilltop, a girl with a beautiful face appeared from a house nearby, and the girl laughed too, and when her laughter vanished, the birds began to sing again. She laughed to see him laugh, and the doves mirrored in the still waters of a pond heard her laughter vanish in the air. They never saw each other again. She often went along the road where the man held out his hand to the morning light. Many times he remembered her, and the all too clear memory could be seen in his eyes. Many times she remembered him and saw his face in the dark water of a well. One by one the years passed, turning pale like the cards a player holds in his hands as dawn breaks. Both are rotting in the earth, chewed by the honest worms. The earth fills their mouths to keep them quiet. They might call out to each other at night if death weren't so horrified by the sound. The road is there, and time passes. But every day, a beautiful morning falls like an egg into the hand of someone passing along the road. Every day the sky is so clear that the clouds are like foam on the sea. Dead people, dark wrecks in the earth. We don't know your miseries, the hermits sing of. We swim, we are alive in the innocent air of each season. Life is beautiful, and the air is good. Poem to the Mysterious Woman. I have dreamed of you so much that you are no longer real. Is there still time for me to reach your breathing body, to kiss your mouth and make your dear voice come alive again? I have dreamed of you so much that my arms, grown used to being crossed on my chest as I hugged your shadow, would perhaps not bend to the shape of your body. For faced with the real form of what has haunted me and governed me for so many days and years, I would surely become a shadow. Scales of feeling. I have dreamed of you so much that surely there is no more time for me to wake up. I sleep on my feet, pray to all the forms of life and love and you, the only one who counts for me today. I can no more touch your face and lips than touch the lips and face of some passerby. I have dreamed of you so much, have walked so much, talked so much, slept so much with your phantom, that perhaps the only thing left for me is to become a phantom among phantoms, a shadow 100 times more shadow than the shadow, that moves and goes on moving brightly over the sundial of your life. Sleep spaces. In the night there are of course the 7 wonders of the world and the greatness, tragedy, and enchantment. Forests collide with legendary creatures hiding in thickets. There is you. In the night, there are the walker's footsteps, the murderers, the town policeman's light from the street lamp, and the ragman's lantern. There is you. In the night trains go past in boats and the fantasy of countries where it's daytime. The last breaths of twilight and the first shivers of dawn. There is you. A piano tune, a shout, a door slams, a clock, and not only beings and things and physical sounds, but also me chasing myself or endlessly going beyond me. There is you, the sacrifice, you that I'm waiting for. Sometimes at the moment of sleep, strange figures are born and disappear. When I shut my eyes, phosphorescent blooms appear and fade, and come to life again like fireworks made of flesh. I pass through strange lands with creatures for company. No doubt you are there, my beautiful discreet spy. In the palpable soul of the vast reaches, and perfumes of the sky and the stars, the song of a rooster from 2,000 years ago, and piercing screams in a flaming park, and kisses. Sinister handshakes in a sickly light, and axles grinding on paralyzing roads. No doubt there is you who I do not know, who, on the contrary, I do know, but who, here in my dreams, demands to be felt without ever appearing. You, who remain out of reach in reality and in dream. You, who belong to me through my will to possess your illusion. But who brings your face near mine only if my eyes are closed in dream as well as in reality? You who, in spite of an easy rhetoric where the waves die on the beach, where crows fly into ruined factories, where the wood roots crackling under a lead sun, you who are at the depths of my dreams, stirring up a mind full of metamorphoses, leaving me your glove when I kiss your hand. In the night there are stars and the shadowy motion of the sea, of rivers, forests, towns, grass, and the lungs of millions and millions of beings. In the night there are the 7 wonders of the world. In the night there are no guardian angels, but there is sleep. In the night there is you. In the daylight, too. Fairy tale. Fairy tale. Many times upon a time, there was a man who loved a woman. Many times upon a time, there was a woman who loved a man. Many times upon a time, there was a man and there was a woman who did not love the ones who loved them. Once upon a time, perhaps only once, a man and a woman who loved each other. Oh, I actually already did this one on my channel by itself, but I'll do it again. If you only knew. Far from me, and like the stars, the sea, and all the trappings of poetic myth. Far from me, but here are all the same, without your knowing. Far from me, and even more silent because I imagine you endlessly. Far from me, my lovely mirage and eternal dream, you cannot know. If you only know. If you only knew. Far from me, and even farther yet from being, unaware of me, and still unaware. Far from me because you undoubtedly do not love me, or, what amounts to the same thing, that I doubt you do. Far from me because you consciously ignore my passionate desires. Far from me because you are cruel. If you only knew. Far from me, joyful as a flower dancing in the river at the tip of its aquatic stem. Sad as 7 p.m. in a mushroom bed. Far from me, yet silent in my presence, and still joyful like a stork-shaped hour falling from on high. Far from me at the moment when the stills are singing, at the moment when the silent and loud sea curls up on its white pillows. If you only knew. Far from me, my ever-present torment. Far from me in the magnificent noise of oyster shells crushed by a night owl passing a restaurant at first light. If you only knew. Far from me, wild, physical mirage. Far from me there's an island that turns aside when ships pass. Far from me a calm herd of cattle takes the wrong path, pulls up stubbornly at the edge of a steep cliff. Far from me, cruel woman. Far from me a shooting star falls into the poet's nightly bottle. He corks it right away and from then on watches the star enclosed in the glass, the constellations born on its walls. Far from me, you are so far from me. If you only knew. Far from me a house has just been built. A bricklayer in white coveralls at the top of the scaffolding sings a very sad little song, and, suddenly, in the tray full of mortar, the future of the house appears. Lovers' kisses and double suicides, nakedness in the bedrooms, strange beautiful women in their midnight dreams, voluptuous secrets caught in the act by the parquet floors. Far from me, if you only knew. If you only knew how I love you, and though you do not love me, how happy I am, how strong and proud I am, with your image in my mind, to leave the universe. How happy I am to die for it. If you only knew how the world has yielded to me, and you, beautiful, unyielding woman, how you too are my prisoner. Oh, you, far from me, who I yield to. If you only knew. Epitaph. I lived in those times for 1,000 years. I have been dead, not fallen, but hunted. When all human decency was imprisoned, I was free amongst the masked slaves. I lived in those times, yet I was free. I watched the river, the earth, the sky, turning around me, keeping their balance. The seasons provided their birds and their honey. You who live, what have you made of your luck? Do you regret the time when I struggled? Have you cultivated for the common harvest? Have you enriched the town I lived in? Living men, think nothing of me. I am dead. Nothing survives of my spirit or my body. Under cover of night. To slip into your shadow under cover of night. To follow your footsteps, your shadow at the window. That shadow at the window is you and no one else. Is you. Do not open that window behind whose curtains you're moving. Shut your eyes. I'd like to shut them with my lips. But the window opens and the breeze, which strangely balances flame and flag, surrounds my escape with its cloak. The window opens. It's not you. I knew it all along. Lying down. To the right, the sky. To the left, the sea. And before your eyes, the grass and its flowers. A cloud, the road, follows its vertical way, parallel to the plumb line of the horizon, parallel to the rider. The horse races towards its imminent fall, and the other climbs interminably. How simple and strange everything is, lying on my left side. I take no interest in the landscape, and I think only of things that are very vague and very pleasant, like the tired look you walk around with through this beautiful summer afternoon. To the right, to the left, here, there, in the delirium of uselessness. Sky Song. The flower of the Alps told the seashell, "You're shining." The seashell told the sea, "You echo." The sea told the boat, "You're shuddering." The boat told the fire, "You're glowing brightly." The fire told me, "I glow less brightly than her eyes." The boat told me, "I shudder less than your heart does when she appears." The sea told me, "I echo less than her name does in your lovemaking." The seashell told me, "I shine less brightly than the phosphorus of desire in your hollow dream." The flower of the Alps told me, "She's beautiful." I said, "She's beautiful, so beautiful, she moves me." Dove in the Arch. Cursed be the father of the bride, of the blacksmith who forged the iron for the axe, with which the woodsman hacked down the oak, from which the bed was carved, in which was conceived the great-grandfather of the man who was driving the carriage in which your mother met your father. The Ring of Stars. In order to make a star with 5 branches, where 6 would have been the same, a circle must first be drawn. In order to make a star with 5 branches. A ring! One did not take so many precautions in order to make a tree from many branches, trees that hide the stars. Trees! You, full of nests and songbirds, covered your branches and leaves, that you lift as far as the stars. Ebony life. A frightening stillness will mark that day, and the shadow of streetlights and fire alarms will exhaust the light. All things, the quietest and the loudest, will be silent. The suckling brats will die. The tugboats, the locomotives, the wind will glide by in silence. We will hear the great voice which, coming from far away, will pass over the city. We will wait a long time for it. Then, at the rich man's time of day, when the dust, the stones, the missing tears form the sun's robe on the huge deserted squares, we shall finally hear the voice. It will growl at doors for a long while. It will pass over the town, tearing up flags and breaking window panes. We will hear it. What silence before it, but still greater the silence. It will not disturb, but will only hold guilty, brand and denounce. Day of sorrows and joys. The day to come, when the voice will pass over the city. A ghostly seagull told me she loved me as much as I loved her, that this great terrible silence was my love, that the wind carrying the voice was the great revolt of the world, and that the voice would look kindly on me. Long, long ago. Long, long ago, I went through the castle of leaves. yellowing slowly in the moss, and faraway barnacles clung desperately to rocks in the sea. Your memory, better still your tender presence, was there too, transparent in mine. Nothing had changed, but everything had, aged at the same rate as my temples and my eyes. Don't you just love that platitude? Let me go. It's so rare for me, this ironic satisfaction. Everything had aged except your presence. Long, long ago I went through the surf on a lonely day. The waves were unreal even then, the hulk of the shipwreck you knew about. Remember that night of storms and kisses? Was it a ship, or a delicate woman's hat rolled by the wind in the spring rain? Was there two? After that, it's happiness and dancing in the hawthorns. The apparatives has changed the names and colors of the rainbows framing the mirrors. Long, long ago, you loved me. Cascade. What sort of arrow split the sky in this rock? It's quivering, spreading like a peacock's fan, like the mist around the shaft and not less feathers of a comet come to nest at midnight. How blood surges from the gaping wound, lips already silencing murmur and cry. One solemn finger holds back time, confusing the witness of the eyes where the dead. Where the deed is written. Silence? We still know the passwords. Lost sentinels far from the watchfires, we smell the odor of honeysuckle and surf rising in the dark shadows. Distance, let drawn leap the void at last, and the single beam of light makes a rainbow on the water, its quiver full of reeds, sign of the return of archers and patriotic songs. No, love is not dead. No, love is not dead in this heart, these eyes and this mouth that announced the start of its own funeral. Listen, I've had enough of the picturesque, the colorful and the charming. I love love, its tenderness and cruelty. My love has only one name, one form. Everything disappears. All mouths cling to that one. My love has just one name, one form. And if someday you remember, you, form, and the name of my love, one day on the ocean between America and Europe, at the hour when the last ray of light sparkles on the undulating surface of the waves, or else a stormy night, beneath a tree in the countryside or in a speeding car, a spring morning on the boulevard, males a herb, a rainy day, just before going to bed at dawn. Tell yourself, I order your familiar spirit that I alone loved you more, and it's a shame you didn't know it. Tell yourself there's no need to regret. Ronsard or Baudelaire. I'm Robert Desnos, who, because I knew and I loved you, is as good as they are. I'm Robert Desnos, who wants to be remembered on this vile earth for nothing but his love of you. Allah, Mysterieux. Identity of images. I am fighting furiously with animals and bottles. In a short time, perhaps 10 hours have passed one after another. The beautiful swimmer who was afraid of coral wakes. This morning, coral crowned with holy knocks on her door. Ah, coal again, always coal. I conjure you coal tutelary genius of dreams and my solitude. Let me speak again of the beautiful swimmer who was afraid of coral. No longer tyrannize this seductive subject of my dreams. The beautiful swimmer was reposing in a bed of lace and birds, the clothes on a chair at the foot of the bed, where, illuminated by gleams, the last gleams of coal, the one that had come from the depths of the sky and the earth, and the sea was proud of its coral beak and great wings of crepe. All night long it had followed divergent funerals towards suburban cemeteries. It had been to embassy balls marked white satin grounds with its imprint of fern leaf. It had risen terribly before ships, and the ships had not returned. Now crouched in the chimney it was watching for the waking of foam and the singing of kettles. Its resounding step had disturbed the silence of nights, and streets with sonorous pavements, sonorous coal, master of dreams, coal. Ah, tell me, where is that beautiful swimmer? The swimmer? Who was afraid of coral? But the swimmer herself has gone back to sleep, and I remain face to face with the fire and shall remain. Through the night, interrogating the coal with wings of darkness that persists in projecting on my monotonous road, the shadow of its smoke and the terrible reflections of its embers. Sonorous coal, pitiless coal. The voice of Robert Desnos. The jubilant midnight unfolds its satin wings and perches on my bed. The belfries and the poplars bend to my wish. The former collapse, the latter bowed down. Those lost in the fields are found in finding me. The old skeletons are revived by my voice. The young oaks cut down are covered with foliage. The scraps of cloth rotting on the ground and in the earth snap too at the sound of my voice like a flag of rebellion. The linen drying in farm country clothes, adorable women whom I do not adore, who come to me obeying my voice. Adoring tornadoes revolve in my mouth. Hurricanes, if it is possible, redden my lips. Storms roar at my feet. Typhoons, if it is possible, ruffle me. I get drunken kisses from the cyclones. The tidal waves come to die at my feet. The earthquakes do not shake me but fade completely at my command. The smoke of volcanoes clothes me with its vapors, and the smoke of cigarettes perfumes me, and the rings of cigar smoke crown me. Loves and loves so long hunted find refuge in me. Lovers listen to my voice. The living and the dead yield to me and salute me. The former coldly, the latter warmly. The grave diggers abandon the hardly dug graves and declare that I alone may command their nightly work. The assassins greet me. The hangmen invoke the revolution, invoke my voice, invoke my name. The pilots are guided by my eyes. The bricklayers are dizzied listening to me. The architects leave for the desert. The assassins bless me. Flesh trembles when I call. The one I love is not listening. The one I love does not hear. The one I love does not answer. Under cover of night. To slip into your shadow under cover of night, to follow your footsteps, your shadow at the window. That shadow at the window is you and no one else. It's you. Do not open that window behind whose curtains you're moving. Shut your eyes. I'd like to shut them with my lips, but the window opens and the breeze, which strangely balances flame and flag, surrounds my escape with its cloak. The window opens. It's not you. I knew it all along.